communication on what these funds are is where we get it all wrong. Because what Mwananchi is picking up from what is being said is these are funds that are coming from this government because inatusaidia. There is failure in communication for Mwananchi to understand where this is coming from, what it ought to achieve, and how government then is a steward in ensuring that this takes a certain route. Why are we seeing then politicization of things that ought not to be politicized in the first place?
In the first place, this fund should be understood that actually is a loan, and this government will pay through generations to come. So that's point number one. Point number two is that they are skewing the selection of who gets this money where. That's the other problem. It's now political. Now, what I'm trying to see is more of a reward. It's a reward to a section that is saying yes. To us, that is the worst thing. If at all we Kenyans were asked on how to do it, because actually look at the impact. And then when you are talking of empowerment, it should be sustainable empowerment. It should be an empowerment that you give today to a youth, and you will never go to him again to support him. He has to run his life throughout his life. He's supported. So it should be sustaining. Sustainability of an empowerment must be enough. What do I mean by enough? You cannot take your 25 days of training. Yeah, you are being trained for 25 days. You are using your boda per day to go for that training. 25 days. You spend around 8 or 10,000 shillings. Take your lunch, and then you get 25,000 shillings at the end of the day. You see, these 25,000 shillings cannot start any project. The Kenyan economy has everything is totally expensive. I think that was the empowerment you began with. There is another empowerment that people are talking about. These are the handout kind of thing, where you say, Sasa Mamamboga empowerment. We are going to a place to give you to fundraise and empower the people. I think that is tokenism. I believe that an empowerment of our people in any nation starts with the basics. You empower the people by having better education, quality, cheap education. You'll have proper health education, health insurance of any country. You'll have the better infrastructure. What do I mean? If you have your milk in Olkalau or Tumaini or Katunde Merangine inside that Olkalau, that milk has to reach the market to Brookside, Nairobi by better infrastructure for roads. I have one time been in Olkalau, almost 10, 15 years ago. You see, to pull milk, a farmer who has milk in a place called Tumaini or Katunde Merangine or Gilgil West, to pull that milk from his home onto a tractor, it is muddy. To reach Olkalau, it's midday. Now, a truck carrying milk from Olkalau to Brookside, it gets in the morning the following day. Milk is spoiled. So these farmers are first of all disadvantaged. If we get the better infrastructure, that's empowerment. We have no problem with what is going on. But we must stop. Also, we must stop politicizing sections. I have looked at how things are done. We must have a change. And then I'm realizing that even this country must plan its ways. Every empowerment has to come through budget. That will reach the people properly. You know, this can if it goes through budget, then there will be nothing like you are a yes man or a no man. I'm telling you, these beneficiaries of this money, go and find out. There are people who are chosen because you are somewhere. That's the difference.
Does Parliament have eyes on these empowerment funds that you're talking about? Can Parliament sit down and look at how these monies were spent, the allocation, what it did, so that we talk about the sustainability of these funds in one way or the other?
It ought to. But now the problem is that Parliament is no longer Parliament. You can get it for yourself. The Parliament that we have, the problem in Parliament is when you tie in opinion, you vote. But look at how the huge part of this Parliament has been auctioned to the other side. In fact, people don't want to see the better part of Parliament that has joined broad-based government. That was the worst that happened to our Parliament. We must demand our Parliament back. The Parliament of the Republic of Kenya has become an annexed of the executive. That is the best I can give.
Senator, where does this money come from?
The